Okay, so I'm gonna start Salesforce develop MVC of Salesforce. Okay, so MVC means Model View Controller. So what is model? What is view? What is controller?
View stand for VF pages or our lightning where we can see the website details, and then we have a controller where the logic mentioned with the help of Apex class. And in model there's a database we can call the object detail, and with the help of SQL we run a query, and from controller we get the database, and from database it comes return to controller and then on view page.
Yes, ma'am. Correct. Okay, so MVC means Model View Controller. What is model? What is view and controller? So yeah, many people know model is database. Okay, database means whatever we have studied in data modeling chapter, like how can we create the application tab, fields, these things. So in object we will store the data. So object, tabs, application, CRM application, these are the database. And what is controller? Controller is Apex class. Next is view. So where you can view. So if you are writing any logic, so logic you will write in controller. So we have Apex class which we can use. So to write the logic we use Apex class. Okay, and here now we have view. So first I'll teach you Visual Force page. So if you want to view something, so that code you will write in Visual Force page. We have Visual Force page where you can write the code and you can view it. Okay, and when we will study the Aura Lightning, that time we will use Aura component and Aura application to view. And when you will create any web component, that time you will use LWC. Okay, so you will use LWC. So first we will learn Apex class, then we will learn Visual Force page. After completing the Visual Force page, I'll start Aura component, then LWC. Okay, so we know admin part, all admin part, or you can say declarative approach and point and click approach comes in model. Okay, so you can say comes in database. So if you know point and click approach or declarative approach, so you can create the database. Okay, and if you want to create, if you are not happy with point and click approach, let's suppose there is one UI which is coming on the view page. You are not happy the with UI. So what you will do, you will use Visual Force page to create the custom UI, then you can replace it. Okay, you can use Aura component LWC this thing, and you can replace the UI of database, and you can also add this component on any site also. Okay, so how it will works? So let's suppose we have Let's suppose we have one site, it's the site, okay, and inside we are selling the phone, so it's phone, okay, so it's the image of phone, and here there are some information like name, model, price, and there is one button also that is view info, full info, okay, so name is Apple, model number, model number you can write, okay, any model number, and there is one button. So when you will click on the button, you will get more information, company information, battery information, these things you will get. Okay. So if user will open the website, user will get many data. User will get many phone. It's first phone. When he will do scroll down, he will get second phone. He will scroll down, he will get third phone. Okay. So yeah, let's suppose we have visited on website and we are doing the phone of Apple. Okay, so here I'm getting the information of Apple phone. It's the Apple model number iPhone 13. Okay, price 65,000. Okay, next we have a phone of Apple model number iPhone 14. Price 85,000. So when I will do scroll down, I'll get a second phone. Company name is Apple. Model number iPhone 13 Pro. Okay, so it's the price of iPhone 14. So what you will do, you will click on, means you are the client, you are visiting on website. So what you will do, you will click on the button. Let's suppose you want to purchase iPhone 13. So what you will do, you will click on the full information button, and when you will click on the full information button, you will navigate to another page and you will get more information. Okay, so when you will click on full information button, what will happen? You are clicking on full information button, so what will happen? You will hit into database. On click of button, you will enter in the database and you will send the information of iPhone 13. So we will write one query, select all fields, means okay, select all fields from, there is one object, mobile, from mobile where name is equal to iPhone 30. Okay, so on click of button, we will call Apex class. On click of button, we will call Apex class. We will call the controller. In controller, we will write the logic. What logic we will write? We will write query. Like that, we will write the query. Select all fields, whatever field you want to write, you can write from object name. If you have created mobile object, you will fetch the data from mobile. If you have created, you can say phone object, you will fetch the data from phone object. Where name is equal to, sorry, model is equal to iPhone 30. Okay, So if you are clicking on iPhone 13 button, model is equal to iPhone 13. If you are clicking on iPhone 14 button, so that time where model is equal to iPhone 14. So on which model button you will click, that information will come by query, and you will navigate on another page. You will navigate on another page, and on that page you will get full information. On that page you will get full information: name, model, price, camera information, battery information, color information, price information, these things. Full information you will get. So how it will work? On click of button, what we will do? We will call apex class. We will fire the method of apex class, and in apex class we will write the logic to fetch the data from database. Okay. So if you want to display image to the client, any data to the client, so where you will write the, how can you display it? With the help of visual force page or a component and lightning web component, you can display the UI. If you want to display the UI to the client, use visual force page or a component LWC. Okay. And on click of button, what you will do? You will call the apex class. On click of button, you will call the apex class. Okay. In apex class, you can create many methods, and on click of button, you can call the method. And in apex class, you will write the logic. You will you can write SQL query. By SQL query, you can fetch the data. So you will get the data by SQL query from database. On click of button, we are hitting in database, and we will write the SOQL in Apex class. By SOQL, we will get the data from database. Then data will come in Apex class. We will store it in variable. Then we will send it to the Visual Force page. Then client can view the data. So it's the MVC of Visual Force page. It's the MVC of Visual Force page. If you have any doubt, you can ask to me. Is there any doubt? What is model? What is view? What is controller? मेरी आवाज आ रही है या नहीं?
Audible, sir. Clear, sir.
एमबीसी क्लियर?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
DML, you have mentioned DML in it.
Yeah. So DML. Let's suppose if you want to send the data in database also. So that time you will use DML language. Okay. If you want to send the data into database, use DML. And if you want to fetch the data from database, that time use SOQL.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Fetch the data from database. Okay, so if you want to send the data in database, you can use TML. If you have to fetch the data from database, so use SOQL. Okay, so is there any doubt in MVC? No doubt.
No, sir.
Good, fine, thank you. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot, you can take it.
Done.
Okay. So we will learn Apex class. So first we will learn how can we write the logic in Apex class. Okay. So what is Apex class? I'm gonna write the definition of Apex class. It's it's a server-side controller where we can write the logic if you want to fetch the data or send the data into database. So that time you can use Apex class. Okay. If you want to give automation, that time you can also use Apex class as a helper class. Okay. So it's the definition of Apex class. Now what we have to, now we will learn how can we create the Apex class. So if you want to create Apex class, what you have to do, you have to click on the setup or gear icon, then click on developer console, then you have to, okay, then you have to click on the file, then click on new, then select Apex class. You will get many file on click of button. So what you want to do, you want to create Apex class, or you want to create trigger, you want to create visual force page, you want to create visual force component, you want to create a lightning component application, what you want to do. So you have to select Apex class. I want to create Apex class. Write Apex class name, any class name you can write. Okay. After writing the class name, what you have to do, you have to click on the save button. So these are the navigation. So these are the navigation which you have to follow to create the Apex class. Okay. So one thing which is important when you will create the Apex class, which naming convention you will follow. How we will write the Apex class name, which naming convention we will follow. Upper camel, lower camel, uppercase, lowercase.
Upper camel.
Yeah, correct. So whenever we will create the Apex class, we have to follow upper camel naming convention. So we have to follow upper camel naming convention when we create the apex class. So it's a good approach to write the apex class. If we will follow any other naming convention, it's not a good approach. So upper Camel naming convention, how we will write it? Sankey and Aditya Misra. Do you have any idea how we write upper Camel naming convention?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So yeah, first I'm going to teach you naming convention, then I'll teach you other thing. Okay, so we have four type of naming convention which we use in Salesforce. Upper Camel, lower Camel, uppercase, lowercase. Okay, we have other naming convention also, snake case, kebab case. Okay, but four are main important, so we are not going to study snake case and kebab case. We'll focus on fourth naming convention. When you will study LWC, that time you will use kebab case, and when you will study Python, in Python we use snake case. So in Salesforce we don't use snake case. Okay, so upper camel and lower camel. What's the difference? So in upper Cayman naming convention, what you will do, every first letter of the word, you will start with capital letter. Okay. If you have to write first class, so you will write first class like that. If you have to write second class, you will write like that. Okay. If you have to, if there is any space, so what you can do, you can use white spaces there, like that. Third class. Like that, if you want to write, you can write. Otherwise, you can write without, you can say without white space also. Okay, so these are the example of upper Camel naming convention. What is lower Camel naming convention? First letter of first word will start from small letter. Okay, then other letter will start in capital form. First class, second class, third class. Okay, so these are the example of lower Camel. Third, we have uppercase. Uppercase means all the letter will be in capital form. First class, second class. Okay, then next we have lowercase. Lowercase means all the letter will be in small form. So we have first class, second class, third class. So it's a way to write the lowercase. Okay, how we will write it in snake case? First, and then you have to give the space. So how you will break it? You will break it with, you can say, with underscore, then again you will write the second word, second class. And when you will follow the snake case, all the letter will be in small case. Okay, will be in small form, it will not be in capital form. Next we have cover case. So when you have to, there is, when you have to give the space, you will use dash. First class, second class, third class. So we'll use hyphen. These are the naming convention which you have to follow. Okay. Do you have any doubt in any naming convention? अपर केमिल क्या होता है, लोअर केमिल, अपर केस, लोअर केस, स्नेक केस, कॉप केस क्या होते हैं?
No, sir.
Okay. Now question is that where we will use upper camel, where we will use lower camel, uppercase, lowercase, where we will use it.
Upper camel we use to define name of class and interface.
Yeah, correct.
Lower camel for variable method functions.
Yes, correct.
Upper cases for SQL queries and lower case for keywords or
Yeah, good,
package.
correct. Yeah, correct. Okay. So if you need definition, correct definition of naming convention and where we will use it, you can take the screenshot from here. Okay. So you can study the definition. What is upper camel? In this naming convention, every first letter of word should be in capital form. And where we will use this, this is used to define names for class and interface. If you will create any class, you will follow upper camel, and you have to give the interface. That time you will also follow upper camel naming convention. Okay. If is there any, you can say combination of two word or more words, so that time you will use sep. That time you will use underscore to separate it. Example, you can say employee data, employee. Okay. Employee data, you can see there are two ways to write it, employee underscore data, otherwise don't need to use date underscore. So if you want a screenshot, you can take it. I'm not going to write the definition. Okay, lower camel, when we will use inside the class, you can create a multiple function or method. So whenever you will define the method, you have to use lower camel. Okay, whenever you will define the method, you have to use lower camel. And if you are creating any variable, like you want to store age information, so you are creating one variable, that is age. So what you will do, you will follow lower camel naming convention to declare the variable also. Okay, you can take the screenshot. Next we have uppercase. So uppercase, where we will use, so in SOQL keywords we will use uppercase. So when we will write the query, I'll teach to you all the keywords. So we have select keyword, which comes in SOQL, from, where. Okay, we have SOSL, find, returning. So these keywords, when you will write in Apex class, so you have to follow uppercase naming convention. Okay, and you all know Apex class are case insensitive. It's not case sensitive, but it's a good approach to follow the correct naming convention. It's the definition of uppercase. Next, I'm doing scroll down lowercase. Okay, definition you can study. So lowercase, all the keywords we will write in lowercase form. Okay, and if you are creating any package, that time you will also use lowercase. Package, I'll teach to you what is package also. Okay, so do you have any doubt? Yeah, just a minute. You can also take the screenshot of snake case and co-op case. In Angular and React, we also use co-op case. स्क्रीनशॉट सभी ने ले लिए नेमिंग कन्वेंशन के?
Yes, sir. Done,
Yes,
sir.
sir. गुड. ठीक है, किसी कोई डाउट यहाँ तक?
No, sir. No, sir.
गुड. So now I want to ask one question. Can you define keyword? What is keyword?
Keyword, sir, is a reserved word that's a special meaning.
Okay. So can we write identifier name or variable name as a keyword or not?
No, sir, we can't use keyword as a identifier and variable name.
Keywords are
G is a word.
reserved word. Okay. If I'll write variable name as a keyword, what will happen?
Sir, it's showing error, sir.
They
So
will
if you
show the
write
error, sir.
Yeah, because keywords means in every language there is some keywords. If you will write the keywords name, so compiler will automatically understand what's the meaning of the keywords. Okay. If I'm saying CS, so what's the meaning of CS? It's a branch of VTech. Okay. If I'm saying TD, so many students will understand it's the thermodynamics. Okay. But let's suppose Tushar name is CS and I'm in college and I'm calling CS. So everyone will understand I'm taking branch name. Okay. No one will understand I'm calling to the Tushar. Okay. So CS, it's like a keyword which you can say everyone will understand easily in simple life. But in coding life, all the compiler will understand easily. If we are writing the program in C language and I'm writing if, the compiler will automatically understand it. I'm writing one condition. If I use in variable, that time it will display syntax error. There's some syntax error. You are using if keyword. You have not used scope these things. Okay, so we will get syntax error because these are the keywords. We can't create the variable. We can't make it variable. Yeah, good. Okay, so naming convention completed. So I'm going to create one Apex class. Okay, so step these navigation I'll follow. These navigation I'll follow. Yeah. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking on setup. In setup, there is developer console. Setup developer console. I have opened the developer console. And now what we have to do, we have to click on the file. Then we have to click on the new button. And here we have Apex class and other file also. So I'm going to create Apex class. So I'm selecting Apex class and going to write Apex class name. Okay. So I want to write Crovia first class. So how I'll write it?
First letter capital and
Upper camel case.
upper
Yeah,
camel.
yeah, we have to follow upper camel case. Okay, so I'm following upper camel naming convention, Crovia first class, then clicking on OK button. Okay, so on clicking on save button, what I'm getting here?
We have a class name, Groovia first class.
Okay, Crovia first class. Before that, I'm getting public class, then Crovia first class. So is anyone can tell me what is public, what is class?
This class can be accessed by
So
every variable, every object.
a class is basically uh, a process in which we have been binding the data member and data functions. It's the process of encapsulation.
Okay, good.
and the public is basically is used for the uh,
Okay, so here I have written on the class, I have written class name and clicked on the save button. So by default, I'm getting public and class. What is it? So these are the access specifier, or you can say access modifier. Okay. Then after that, I'm getting class. What is it? What we will say to class? It's the variable, identifier, data type, keywords. What is it?
It's a
Keywords.
blueprint architecture.
It's a keyword. It is.
Yeah, good. So
It's a
class, it's a keyword. If I'll write the class, so compiler will automatically understand. It's the class. So class, it's a keyword. Okay. After that, I have written Grovia first class. What is it?
user defined data type.
Okay. According to Aditya Misra,
it's a class
it's
name.
it's
Identifier.
a
The class name.
yeah, it's the class name. Perfect. But in which it will comes. Have you studied the tokens? Okay, we have some tokens in every language. We have tokens like in C, we have identifier, variable, data type, separator. So in which tokens it will come? Separator, operator, keywords, data type, variable. What is it? So ma'am, can you repeat again, ma'am?
Identifier.
Yeah, correct. So it's the correct answer.